Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of Life Lessons and Advice from Real Life Relationship Stories. And if you do love our story and advice, please subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and leave your comment in the comment section. Okay, we go straight into today's story. Here's the story for today.
My wife and I have been married for about 4 years and 4.5 years. Our marriage has been fantastic so far. Last week, my wife told me she was going to go on a run with a guy whom she had recently met at work. He was a substitute teacher at the school where she teaches, and they struck up a friendship. They discussed how they are both wanting to get into running shape for a marathon. I'm not an avid runner and rarely go on runs with my wife. When she told me they had plans to go on a run, I confess that I found it a little odd for her to be spending time with a guy who isn't me. Our initial response was that at first, he has a girlfriend, and second, he's younger than her, so she didn't think it seemed odd. I told her that him having a girlfriend and being just 2 years younger doesn't make it any less odd in my mind. However, I trust my wife, and the fact that she told me about the plans to run made me more comfortable with the situation, and I decided I was okay with it. Fast forward a few days later, and we are out of town to my parents' place for the holidays. And I noticed that she has been testing this fella for a large chunk of the day. She left her watch charging in the room, but I didn't want to make my wife feel like I didn't trust her. So I didn't sit there and read all of her messages, but I did scroll through some to see how many they were. Upon doing so, I happened to see one message from him that I found extremely bothersome. It was something along the lines of, "Is it okay to test right now? I never know when it's okay." It took everything I had not to go through all the messages. I decided to confront her about it, but waited until the next morning. We were laying in bed in the morning, and she could tell that something was bothering me. So she asked what was wrong, and I said I was bothered by the fact that she has been texting this guy so much during a family vacation. I asked if she would be okay with me reading the messages, and she said that she had deleted them. That really bothered me. I was pretty sure I had seen messages being exchanged on Instagram as well. So I asked if I could read those. And she said I would probably misunderstand the messages and be upset. She admitted that she had exchanged some flirtatious messages that she shouldn't have sent. I didn't want to make her feel more awkward, so I didn't pressure her to show me the messages. She confessed that they had established a little challenge to see who could go longer without texting the other person, which really bothered me that my wife was having to resist testing another guy. I told her how hurtful and concerning all of this was to me, and I straight up asked her if anything had happened between them and if they had feelings for each other, to which she adamantly responded, nothing was going on. She understood though how it very much came across that way and asked if I wanted her to stop talking to him altogether. Not wanting to be the controlling type of husband, I told her that she can talk with whomever she wants, but it made me uncomfortable. She asked if I wanted her to stop training with him, and I posed her a similar situation. I play a lot of pickleballs, and I hypothetically asked her if she could be okay with me playing in mixed doubles tournament with an attractive young girl and practicing one-on-one with her regularly. She said that she would have no problem with that, but can see how if I was doing that and testing this girl the same way she has been texting this guy, it will make her uncomfortable. It has been a few days now, and to my knowledge, she has not exchanged any messages with him. But I believe she is still planning on running with him to train for a marathon. However, I've not been able to stop thinking about the whole situation, and I am having a really hard time trusting that there are no feelings of affection or attraction. These flirtatious messages that we are seemingly trying to be kept secret are really bothering me. I don't think anything serious has happened, but their friendship as running partners is out of my comfort zone. Am I overreacting to this whole situation? I want to tell her that I'm not okay with her running with the guy, but am I out of place doing that? I know she said I should be okay with a similar situation if it were the opposite, but I don't think that's the case. I am fairly confident that if things were the other way around, she would be just as uncomfortable as I am. What should I do?
Okay, guys, before you listen to the 7 lessons and advice I have for you all from this story, here are some scriptures to consider. Number 1, 1 Corinthians 6 verse 18. Flee sexual immorality. Every sin that a man does is outside the body, but he who commits sexual immorality sins against his own body. Number 2 scripture for our consideration today is 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, 3-5. For this is the will of God, your sanctification, that you abstain from sexual immorality, that each one of you know how to control his own body in holiness and honor, not in the passion of lust, like the Gentiles who do not know God. Number 3, Hebrews 13 verse 4. Let marriage be held in honor among all, and let the marriage bed be undefiled. For God will judge the sexually immoral and adulterous. Okay, here are 7 lessons and advice I have for you from this story. Number 1, trust takes years to build, seconds to break, and forever to repair. Trust is the glue of life and the foundational principle that holds all relationships. This woman has obviously broken the trust her husband has for her. Number 2, don't underestimate the power of attraction, guys, to the opposite sex, even when you are married. That someone is younger or older doesn't really mean anything. You can fall in love if you don't clearly define your boundaries. Number 3, if you're married or in any committed relationships, don't spend too much time communicating with the opposite sex. And this is because communication fertilizes love and in some cases lust. Number 4, if messages are deleted, it indicates that they are unsafe to read. She will be okay sharing them if they meant nothing. The messages were deleted for a reason, inappropriate communication between her and this guy. Number 5 lesson, the fact that they had to do a challenge to see who could go longer without testing the other is an indication that they have begun to bond emotionally. Number 6, when she asked if it was okay to stop training with the guy, that was the best time to say yes. And that would have ended the relationship, especially if she obeyed you. The next best time is now. You need to stand up for your boundaries and not be worried about making her feel uncomfortable. She needs to cut all contacts and stop seeing this person she clearly is attracted to. No more interacting with this guy, period. And my final advice in this episode says, I don't think you're overreacting. The fact that they are already exchanging flirtatious messages is already a red sign. As her husband, you must insist that she stops communicating with this young man. This is just to protect her and your marriage. This does not in any way mean you are controlling. What are your thoughts, guys, about this story? Please share in the comment section. If you'd like to see more of my videos, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you'll be notified each time I upload a new video. Thanks and God bless you. See you in my next video.